Hello and welcome, everyone. It is Tuesday, December 6th, 2022. I'm just going to dive right in to the reading or to the invocation and then jump into the reading. And I think that's it. I know we're coming up to a full moon, so you might be feeling the intensity of that energy shifting. And of course, we're in between, we're after an eclipse, and we're in between two holidays, and a lot of ruckus around, I guess, some political stuff that's still evolving. And that's all I'm going to say about that. So I invite you to join me in creating an intention for this reading. Just get yourself in the present moment. Just be aware of your surroundings. Notice your body, your breath, your relationship to everything else in the space that you're in. And then allow yourself to just sink down a little deeper into the cushion, the chair, wherever you're sitting. And with that sinking in, allowing your awareness to come back to your breath and imagining a brilliant white light coming down from the heavens and anchoring you all the way down to the center of the earth. Deep breaths in. In fact, take a couple in through the nose. Hold. And then exhale. Just as slowly through the mouth. Just holding for that power in the pause. That power to be returned to an awareness in that middle zone or that central channel between the inhale and the exhale. That great mystery, the all that is. And imagining that light now really grounding you down to the center of the earth so that you feel a connection to Pachamama, this divine feminine energy that is the creative source. The creative source. So feel your connection to that, and as you do, I'm sure you will feel the energy flowing back up through your body and activating all of the chakras. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, and white, again spilling out like a fountain through this toroidal field of energy, like a donut. I invite you to look, I know I've included this before, but the imagery of the field, and then even the heart has its own toroidal field, which we know is even more powerful than the brains. So feel that common thread, feel that connection, heart to head. Right, feel that toroidal field now expanding outward. And the emotional aspects of these chakras, because they're not just chakras or wheels spinning in one direction or spinning in front of us, they're flowing out and they're flowing back, right? In and out, front and back. So that all of our chakras are open. We're aware all of our chakras are open, fully functioning, front and back, balanced and aligned. Each one activating the next, right? Empowering the entire field, that central channel, with wisdom, grace, connection to all that is. And feel the feelings. Have a sense of what you are creating in this field on an emotional level, which is joy, peace, and strength. Joy, peace, and strength. Courage at the heart. Gratitude. Right. Humility and divine love. Courage at the heart, gratitude, humility, and divine love. As soon as I think of that, and you might like to associate an experience or an understanding, an image of those feelings, as soon as I say the words, especially those upper three chakras, gratitude, humility, divine love, I just feel this outpouring of love from above, like an embrace. So just allow yourself to experience those feelings and the sensations that come along with them. And know that this field then is expanding. All of our ancestors are flow through this field. They're still here, alive and well within us and without. Anchored around the land that we reside on and in. So just feeling that grow. And now with this colors, you have the rainbow that's infused in this beautiful, brilliant white light, which is, right, this field of inspiration, a field of intuition. It is your birthright to have the intuition, the insight, and the innocence, the sense of awe and wonder, this childlike essence of who you are, that you are the creator. You are the creator of this beautiful life that you live. So let's call into the sacred circle, this journey that we're taking today, of these beautiful symbolic objects and the wisdom that they can relay to us in their relationships to one another, and what they represent in the larger field. Just as you could imagine, it's like a tarot reading. You will see, like, the ancestors and some of the aspects of these pieces are the major arcana and some are the minor. They're the day-to-day things that we deal with all the time. So just imagine it's like one big, beautiful playing field here for this divine geometry, this sacred geometry to play out. And start to formulate or create a sense of an intention for this throw, so that you might find deeper meaning. Yes, you may have just something general that you feel in your heart, like just give me guidance for my day, where am I at now? But the more specific you are, the more specific this guidance will be, or this answer will be for you. So as we sit in this creation of a sacred circle, the co-creation of a channel for divine wisdom to flow through us, within us, around us, imagine that we are now calling in all the directions: the east, the south, the west, the north, above, below, and the middle. Come and be with us, all of the elementals: earth, air, fire, water, ether, plasma, neutrinos, gammas, and all those elements yet unknown to man. Come and be with us. Come and be with us. Sit in this sacred circle. Our confidants, our co-creative partners, come and be with us. Come and be with us, all of our guides, angels, teachers, guardians, the mystical, the magical, the seen, the unseen. Whatever names you want to give them, these guides that assist and support your day-to-day, breathing in, breathing out, guidance here, guidance there. Come and be with us, the two-legged, the four-legged, the many-legged, the winged ones, the finned ones, the creepy crawlers. Come and be with us. Come and be with us. Come and be with us. All of our ancestors, those who've gone before us, lived a good life and transcended, and are now here working on our behalf. Come and be with us. Come and be with us, that we may make changes in this present moment where the power is, in this pause, right, between the breaths, so that the past may be shifted, recoded, re-understood, maybe in a different way, completely viewed from a new perspective, so that we may influence the future, right? So just feeling all of that in our ancestors, in our guides, angels, and teachers, those ancestors who've gone before us, lived a good life, and now have transcended and are now here working on our behalf through these symbols, through the symbols that we see each day, through the land that they still walk upon energetically, and through their giving back, through their evolutionary process of their bodies flowing back into the earth. They are still here with us, right? When a butterfly flaps its wings, that same dynamic, just feel that coming through. And then imagine all of our ancestors, even those whose names we do not know, but whose blood runs through our veins, come and be with us. Come and be with us, and know that when we are communicating, they are hearing, and they too are communicating to us through these ancient sacred symbols. In full faith, so be it. May this inquiry that you hold in your heart today, may it be answered to its fullest potential, and also for the greatest good. And that all that we receive here today through the reading, may it be large or small, may those benefits too reach those we come in contact with, simply by the state of our being. May it be received. Aho. So let me make sure I've got this. I think of this one first, then that one. Hopefully I am orienting you in the correct manner. I don't know. Some days the technology works and some days it doesn't. So with that rattling, I hope it elevated your awareness to even greater or more expanded alpha or theta state. Okay. And then I'm going to invite you to blow 3 times into the basket. And then I'm going to flip my camera. I'm going to share my screen with you so that you have, let's see, share screen. I'm going to put you on my camera. Here we go. And let me get rid of that for you so that we can just expand this background here. And you can see that I've made an offering. That's what this tobacco and blue corn is. And there we go. I think I'll just try and get you started in the closest to the center as I can. And then we're going to throw the objects off the side. It's a good time of year to listen to astrologers that you love, that you enjoy, and see what their predictions are for the coming year. That's something I enjoy doing. And I just got a reminder today that the recording for the Shift Network that I'll be doing for the Ancestral Healing Summit in January. It'll air the end of January, and I'll post details on YouTube and my website. But my interviews coming up, which is I'm hoping to be a more interactive reading. We'll see what the spirits, how they guide us. But some educational information, maybe a little deeper exchange of information with with the representative of the host, Lisa Bonise. I'm looking for my pointer and I don't see it. That's very strange. Oh, here it is. Okay. It's nice not to have to point with my finger. But this is a really interesting spread today. Most everything is contained close to the inner circle I've created, but we've got one piece here that would be closest to you, which is fascinating. It is vision. So having a greater vision that is like kind of the container, and then the other piece that shows up out here is sea lily, a little vertebrae of sea lily, which represents really grounding, right? Really grounding yourself. I think being grounded right now is of such importance. It's just incredibly essential. I just think it's essential because I was listening today to an astrological interview, and I think it's true. One of the astrologers said, it seems like some people feel that nobody tells the truth, or is there any truth whatsoever? And then what we know about truth being, obviously somewhat biased with many things, that everybody's perspective is so different that maybe we're rethinking what truth really is. And so I think that's fair game. Sea Lily's just saying, in order to thrive, we've got to stay grounded. And then because we are in a rebirth, my understanding of too, like shift this Sagittarian cycle that we're in. And as we shift into the new year, it's like, I guess, if I've got it straight, forgive me if I don't, but I thought there was something about then shifting into Capricorn. And but the beauty of Capricorn being that it helps us. We say, okay, I've got the vision, and that is really out there somewhere, right? It's something maybe vague in a big picture, but this rebirth that we're experiencing, if we stay grounded, when we shift in through, and it's like an emergence. This is what we're having, an emergence experience. And this is so beautiful. It's like we're co-creating this, right? Here's the two. We're co-creating this emergence that is ready. It's like like a birth. It's like it is a rebirth. We're being reborn, and we have been in the fog. We've been in the water. We've been unclear. It's all we know is, during the destruction process or the falling apart, it's hard to see through the dust, through the storm, right? Sometimes you can't see in the storm, and you've got to wait till things clear and settle down. So we have grandmother on your mother's side, really here to co-create with you and bringing this idea of luck, love and luck, right? Making a wish, really wishing for something that you want, which would be clear intention, right? And the sky's the limit. The eye of God is here. And this is truly what I would say. Here's the blueprint facing down, which is, this is what you came in to do. The vision now is like looking out at the greater field, right? When you're in the womb, you're not seeing much. You are maybe in a very cosmic place because you are floating, you're being fed, you're being nourished, but Eagle Condor is saying, it is now time to see. This is the transfiguration process that we'll be moving into from this rebirth, right? It's like form, idea coming into form. And here is grandmother on your father's side. That's beautiful. We've got the grandmothers on either side of Pachamama, this divine feminine coming together in union with the feminine within each of them, because it's not an either or. The feminine is just an aspect, a dynamic, right? So we've got the dynamic of this beautiful feminine energy, the great wise grandmother on either side. One side is saying here, make a wish, have clear intention. Let's see what's under, yeah, just have a, that greater vision is good, right? You can take control. This is talking stick. Connect with your community for this transfiguration is all about remembering the soul that you are, a soul remembering, a soul retrieval, right? Retrieving lost parts, lost pieces of the self. And then the grandmother on your father's side, she's got this energy of the horse, which is all about moving forward, right? And then move ahead, get clear on the vision, and then get yourself grounded and then move ahead. Because what do we have here? I think this is Jupiter. Yeah, everything's expanding right now, right? That's what Jupiter's all about. We're in this field of Jupiterian energy up until the winter solstice when we shift over to Capricorn. So it's like that's what's happening now, and just go with the flow. Let the amplification be that which is not yet created. Know that it will come maybe out of the fog, out of the unknown, maybe just when you think you just can't. I was feeling that way the other day. I can't take anymore of something that I've been working on for years now. And I thought, okay, I've had it. Something's got to give here, or it's not worth my time, energy, my life force anymore. And then I got this big aha on my birthday, which was yesterday, which was really beautiful through a Vedic astrology reading. So yeah, the energy can shift. And it's about I feel that I got a reconnection to some passion that I have for just being who I am, not necessarily a thing or a specific idea, purpose, or person, but just for the soul's sake, right? Just for the being who I am and just letting that expand. And it's a beautiful time of year to feel that within yourself. And this is a little timekeeper. So let's see here. Oh, this is good. The other one is over here. You see this little cowrie shell. And then there's one here. And this one is down. Where am I? Am I got you in the screen? This one's facing down. Can I see this one? Yeah. And then this one's facing up. They're a little distant, so whatever it is you want to manifest isn't going to happen tonight. I think that's what I was understanding in the astrological forecast for next year is like just take your time with each step, whatever it is you're creating, even though you might be in this excited stage, this visionary stage, and you want everything to just happen, boom. But just know there's some retrograde going on. I think it's Mars. So our energy shifting forward with Mars retrograde, you might find that there's stalls or things aren't moving as you thought they were. But in fact, they are. It's just that things are happening below the surface. And on the surface with the retrograde, you just have to let things unfold in a cycle that is its own. There are many components that you're probably not seeing, right? Yeah, because each of us are pretty multidimensional, right? We're holographic. We have many levels and layers of activity, awareness, consciousness going on at all times. And this is Deer Toe right next to the concept of time and saying the most important piece of when you feel like things aren't moving as quickly as you'd like is to stay in that state of innocence. Just continue to keep that line of communication open to the powers that be, to all that is, that everything that is connected, and just keep shining your light onto what it is the end result, right? What is the true desired result? And focus on that, and then everything will start to flow in that direction. It will also bring you clarity of mind and help support this idea of grounding in the earth, grounding to the earth. You have your star nations here So that's like, our tribe, our soul tribe, our source tribe, right? That's what I think of it as, like, or just the star, the light that we are, the star that you are. Yeah, this is Mars is kind of activating something, an undercurrent of something that's happening on a greater level, and we can't sometimes as a human grasp the entire picture. This is Pluto. And I think I don't know if I think it's the United States, and maybe for sure the United States is going through a Pluto return. So just think of that, sometimes there's greater cycles happening around us. They do influence us. We just can't see it all because we're just seeing things through a much smaller perspective. The I, the small s, right? The human, the ego. And then we've got the key, which is so fascinating. It's here close to me. So the key. And the lock is here. Now that's really fascinating. They're close together, and the lock is close to the center, which very interestingly enough, I was just saying how we've had a lot of emotions. And that's what we see here at the center. We see the nautilus, the feelings that are underlying, right? The soul's awakening. These are bringing information to us and for us to empower us and to release whatever is limiting us, right? And this is happening on a collective level. So I say this, to you, and it is for all of us. That's what Frog here is all about. And he's right on the edge of the emotions. So interesting as he's like walking this line of this cycle, this spiral, which we know scientifically through being able to see out in space now. We're not just a planet going around the sun. The sun is spiraling out into the universe, right? And so we're actually spiraling out into space millions of miles a day or something like that. Some crazy, crazy, crazy speed that we can't even fathom. But yet it feels like we're just sitting here. And some days it feels like we're sitting still and doing nothing. And nothing could be further from the truth. So this is an interesting configuration. Here we go. Here's the inquiry that we started with our invocation. So whatever you had as a question, invocation, there's a lot going on there. As you can see, it's like one of the most congested areas of the read. So we have the I think there are a lot of layers. There's a lot going on for everyone. So really tune into your great grandparents. Mother is right there. The spiraling into the universe is coming right out of it. This is beautiful because one of the astrologers I was listening to today, Tad Mann, who I just love dearly, he is a wise one for sure. He 2 years ago, I guess it was now, he had a ruptured aorta, and this is the heart chakra. And he was saying that was his lesson, obviously, that he survived it, which is amazing. But that it's all about, for him now, really following his heart. And this is how we get our power back, right? This fork in the road, when you feel the fork in the road, the power lies in the heart. And the great ones, great greats, great greats, right? These are the greats on both sides of our family. The grandfather, your mother, your grandfather on your father's side. There is a lot going on here. So I would say it's not about trying to sort it all out, but to allow like each part to kind of come through in its own design, its own way, its own speed. In fact, we've got here the half shell that is would represent you or me, whoever's receiving the reading. This shell was inside of it and facing down. So this is about reflection. Beautiful abalone. And inside of this shell, inside of you, is this little turquoise bead that's about the third eye. So it's all about taking the time, taking your reflective time, whether it's meditation or just silent walking, or you're taking a steam, you're taking a bath. Use that time to intentionally tap into your inner eye. See if you can see what's going on that level with these things that you may have inquiry or you may feel that you're in a fork in the road about. I think mother is playing a big role, which would make sense around the holidays, mothers, grandmothers, aunties, the women folk who really hold the family together often. I mean, I'm not saying they're the only ones. Sometimes there are single dads who hold things together. But whoever that is, it's, again, even if it were a guy, it's the feminine nature of that. It's the natural tendency or essence to want to nurture, right? That's the feminine. And that is so that the DNA can continue to evolve. And then here we have father. I said mother. It's so interesting. Father and mother are really, they're parallel to each other. And father is, resting on him is the planet Saturn. And again, the earth element. So really grounding this vision that you have for a new world, a new way of being, a new life. Know that, yeah, some things are falling apart or having to be let go of in that masculine realm, right? Yeah, and then here we have the shaman. We have Buddha facing down. Again, I think it's important to be looking within the self. And this 4 here, this kind of caught my eye. We've got buffalo, the sun, speaking your truth, and the 4. So it's about, this creating of the new structures that I mentioned with Saturn. It's about creating those that are stable, that will create sustainability. It will create the 4, right? Like a strong foundation, a balance of elements. So whatever, even though the vision might be really out there and really big, there's an aspect of coming back home to the self or coming back to our center and really feeling grounded in this fundamental aspect of our foundational wisdom, our foundational, there's a word I'm trying to think of. It's like, it's like if you had or like with a business, what do you create? You create this idea of having, boy, I'm just blanking out. And I just realized I didn't hook up my speaker today, my external speaker, so I hope the sound quality is good and you're hearing me. Because it's just going through the computer. But let me see. I'm gonna take a breath here because I just took a short little workshop on, it was something about, it's like having these, I don't want to say it's like the 10 Commandments, but this rule of thumb, this foundation for a guideline. We want some guidelines, right? We want some parameters from which to create stability. Stability for something that is incredibly activated right now, from something that's huge, this great mystery. I'd say it's like the photonic light. It's the photon belt that we're in. It's like, how do you ground yourself when you're getting blasted by this light? Here's the sun, and also the huge transitions that we're getting from these solar rays, the frequencies that are changing and changing us. So amongst all this change, amongst all the shift in structure, even with having a greater vision that encompasses community, all of the feelings, all of this energy that's moving and flowing, we still need to be grounded. I think then the key back to the beginning would be, one of the key elements to remember is this beautiful, simple piece of petrified sea lily. And it's all about putting your roots in somewhere and really getting grounded so that the vision is grounded, right? Oof, getting chills all over. So it's about grounding our vision. So I would say that's the essence of the message here today. Whatever you brought forth in your heart, just know that it's like allow yourself to have a remembering. When you're feeling emotional from the impact of all this transition and change, and even though good things will eventually come through it all, allow the self time to reflect and see it from another perspective, a greater perspective. It's so cool that it's here inside of you, the inner eye. This is what I call in my practice like the being your own medicine, right? You being the shaman, you being the medicine that you need, you being the wisdom that guides you. Because that is the truth. I mean, I started out speaking about what is truth, even, and the truth can only be what it is with what is true within you. Because even though you might hear others speak of truth and what they believe to be true, if it does not land for you directly, then it's just more information. Not that it's bad, it's right or wrong, but it's just information. So with that said, I want to say thank you for joining me, and I'm going to see if I can turn that off in this reading, and I hope it was informative for you on, even if it was a small level or a great level, or just gave you some insight about an ancestor to connect with in your life at this time. And with that said, let's just complete the circle, close the circle, and thank all of our ancestors and all those that came here today to be with us for this guidance, for this insight and this wisdom, to be I feel honored to be the spokesperson for this information. So enjoy, share, and be well, and really enjoy the fruits, the fulfillment of this new moon coming up. I think it's tomorrow, or yeah, I believe it's the 7th. So blessings to all of you, and in full faith, so be it. Aho. Ooh.